Hello, ladies and gentlemen of just about the entire internet. How are you guys doing tonight? I, for one, am a little worn out right now, and Friday night could be going a little bit better. So, for one, we grabbed a couple things, which we'll go over, but this just dropped into the collection. We got Lock and Chase for the Mattel Intellivision. But, surprise, surprise, this is the second loose Intellivision cartridge that I bought that doesn't freaking work. I've cleaned the contacts, I've unscrewed this, I've cleaned between the capacitors, I've scrubbed the hell out of those contact pins with a toothbrush that I use exclusively for cleaning. No luck whatsoever. And this really bums me out. This is a game by Data East. Something I would have enjoyed for the collection. This also happened with it's one of those other Intellivision classics. It was also ported to the Atari. Not Armor Ambush. That one came in the box and works. Astro Smash. Second Intellivision cartridge I bought loose. And two different places. So if you buy your Intellivision games, make sure they're in the box. Because I bought Armor Ambush loose. That one didn't work either. Guy said he fixed it, but I'm like, nah, keep it. In fact, I bought the DLC for the Atari 50th Anniversary Collection, or the Atari 50th Celebration, which has Astro Smash, the Atari 2600 version, but this is beside the point right now. I also did absolutely everything I could for about an hour or two to get some damn old retro PCs to work on the Nintendo Wii. We got, so far on the Wii emulation collection for the Homebrew channel, we got, fine time to be making noise out there right now. We got NEC PC Engine, alright. We got Sega Mega Drive. We got Sega Master System, Game Gear, Game Boy Advance, Virtual Boy, and Super Graphics, PC Engine Super Graphics. We got a few things on the Nintendo Wii, which is just phenomenal. Console games, no problem. You're dealing with like floppy disks and stuff. I think setting up computer games is a little more complicated. So emulators for console games are slightly easier to use for that reason. But I'm trying to do absolutely everything. I'm pulling every trick out of the book, and the worst part is I've downloaded UMSX for, I think that's what it's called, for the Wii, which is an MSX emulator that pops up. It's the only PC emulator that shows up. Homepage and everything. Once I click load ROM, a bunch of gibberish shows up, a bunch of mathematical signs for no reason. It keeps scrolling down. I don't know, it just all hell breaks loose, and then every time I select something, it just boots me back to the emulator menu. What the hell's going on? And I can get none of the other PC emulators to work, especially the Amiga. I just took that one off because it kept crashing. So, that's strike number 2. Also, it's just been a really busy week. I've been busy. Very busy. It's been a week. For sure. But you know what really calms the nerves? The PlayStation 2. With its fantastic library of games. Which, towards the end of the video, I have a few you've probably seen. But I want to go over them anyway. And, if you haven't already known, the PS2 is famously known for playing DVDs. Movie DVDs. And because I was able to salvage a bunch from home, from my house, that I've had for quite some time, and thrift stores and garage sales, this might be the fastest accumulating collection of all time for me personally. I don't think I've ever grown a collection this quickly in terms of movie CDs, so we're going to switch things up tonight and talk about movies. The CD DVD format of movies, and towards the end, I want to briefly go over every PS2 game I have so far. Don't panic, it's only 5 games, but 5 really good ones. So, hold on to your seats, everybody. Grab some popcorn, and Let's start off with an all-time classic, 300. The and by the way, I'm gonna keep this as spoiler-free as I possibly can. I'll give you like a very brief summary of what the movie technically is about, but I'm not gonna give away any scenes or anything. Phenomenal movie. This is like in every single thrift store I see. It's in Goodwill. It's in the Discovery Shop. It was in one of this other obscure store. It's everywhere. This movie is. You will not go to a thrift store and not see this movie, but it's really good. They also made a sequel. I don't know. I might have seen it once before, briefly, but the idea of this is where I think what I was told was that they have these really unique fighting strategies. I think the Spartans have these really unique strategies of fighting against all kinds of like monsters and warlords and stuff. And the cinematography is really good. I think they did a great job of capturing mythology here and coming up with the props to whoever did the costume work. It's phenomenal. I think at the same time it's more historically accurate to not just mythology, but to the Greeks and Romans as a whole, if I'm getting this correctly. If there's some things some themes to the movies that I'm missing, please let me know. But I think overall, fantastic movie. One I don't mind seeing everywhere I go. That and Spider-Man 2. We have not one, not two, but all three Austin Powers movies. These are comedy gold. I see these are like... Where are these even rated? Because there's a lot of adult... there's an awful lot of adult jokes for something that's PG-13. It's very crude. But pretty fun to watch overall. We got the Spy That Shagged Me. I cannot make these sound appropriate, no matter how we describe the title. We got International Man of Mystery and Goldmember. I still have yet to rewatch Goldmember. I've recently rewatched the other two, but I think I like the second film a little better. But Michael Myers really killed it with the role of Austin Powers, and you can tell he just had a fun time playing the role of the main character. The leading role of all three of these movies. Here's one I picked up at a garage sale last week for 50 cents. Daredevil. And I have not seen this movie yet, nor have I ever really, on very rare instances have I actually heard of this guy. Marvel, interestingly enough, heard this movie didn't really get astounding reviews, but do you guys think the movie deserves all the shade it gets? Because I have yet to judge it, so I'm not really going to say anything else about this in the meantime. Excuse me. We got Family Guy, something, Dark Side, Empire Strikes Back parody, and the freaking sweet collection. Can you name a more freaking sweet title than that? It's a freaking sweet collection. Not much really. It's only 5 episodes where they could have added a bunch more on here and just put a whole ass season on here. I love me some Family Guy. It's newer ones, I don't watch the newer ones. They get soft. But this is when adult humor was at its peak. The older Family Guys are definitely very fun to watch. And don't sleep on the Star Wars parody either. They did 3 of these. This is one. I thought they were doing all 3 parodies on one disc. This is actually just one of them. But I guess I can collect my way up to all 3 of them. I haven't seen this one in ages, but I've watched it before. Hugo, from what I remember, it's a I gotta feel kind of bad for the kid in this movie. It's like this young thief. Oh, I think the kid's like a thief or something, and everybody's just giving him shit. Like I'm looking on the back scene right now, and I remember this scene. Again, I'm not really gonna. Okay, when I say spoiler free, I mean I'm gonna keep like mostly everything what I see out of it. But if you want to skip a few seconds ahead, I remember during the scene where they're in the movie and the guy just comes and grabs them and just throws them right out of the theater. Like, I think he's like, "What are you kids doing in here?" And he's just like, from there he just like wrestles them out of the theater, throws them out. This kid just can't go anywhere without anybody just giving him shit. And another scene, some lady's just like, very polite for a thief. My God, that's what I remember. Independence Day is a sci-fi classic, and I was just thinking now, boy, am I gonna bring up the flying saucer blowing up the White House, but they put it on the fucking cover right here. Like, damn, mid-explosion. Now, is that a cover for a movie or what? They made a few of these movies were made, and the couple I did see are really good. Even the sequel, they're pretty consistent with the quality of these movies. But pretty realistic depiction. God forbid aliens ever come to Earth and are hostile. I think this is a pretty solid depiction of what that would play out like. They would definitely be searching for world leaders, and very little chance of negotiation, and you just get the military involved in all that. It's a wonderful movie about alien invasions for sure. I also just picked up from my house the Indiana Jones Complete Adventure Collection with all 4 movies, all 4 great movies. Well, maybe the last, I don't know about the last one. I don't know if that one's been getting shady reviews, but I liked all 4 of them. Box is in pretty good shape. We get, if you read me, we get, oh yeah, classic Raiders of the Lost Ark, Last Crusade, Temple of Doom, and what is this? Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I just, last semester, as a matter of fact, I was working, and a buddy of mine had this big TV screen where we were all modeling and stuff. We were watching Indiana Jones. I think it was later, Raiders of the, I almost just said Raiders twice. We were watching Raiders of the Lost Ark. And needless to say, I had a pretty good night just hanging out with people, working on models and stuff. It was a very productive night, and I think everybody had a good time. Here's another one I just rewatched, and it's actually a really interesting movie. We got Lemony Snicket's The Series of Unfortunate Events. So, as a kid, when I was a wee lad, they made a ton of these books. Not really based on the movie, I think the books came first. But Lemony Snicket's was a mysterious author. So you get the 3 kids, and they're like going from orphanage to orphanage, like with all kinds of shit going down, just all kinds of misfortunate events. Here's another movie not only have I not seen yet, this one's actually sealed, and for my place, I think nobody's opened it. Nobody's like, I'm definitely gonna give this a watch sometime. Is Napoleon Dynamite. I think he's a pretty classic character in the 90s. Again, not... Oh yeah, if you know, you know. Vote for Pedro. Yeah, another one I can't really give opinions on because I have not seen it yet. So, again, let me know what you guys think about this one. Is it worth watching, or keep it sealed? You're probably asking yourself, does this guy have Star Wars in here? Yes, a fucking course Star Wars has to be in there. Funny enough, I used to have all 6 movies. I actually, way before I got the PS2, I actually donated a bunch of them at my local library, which had a bunch of movies that I really liked that I'm going to recollect, and Star Wars Revenge of the Sith is one of them. Star Wars movies are... It's funny how they used to go from inaccessible as hell when I was younger to you can find these anywhere in a thrift store. Revenge of the Sith is a fan favorite, And I think the lore speaks for itself. Star Wars lore is straight up addicting. And I found myself to be quite literally addicted to Star Wars lore, to what motivates Darth Vader from redemption to Jar Jar Binks becoming a fucking street clown after Order 66. But I mean, probably like I'm positive like over 90% of you watching damn well know about this movie. Did you know that Team America World Police was actually created by Trey Parker and Matt Stone, the creators of South Park? But this does not have the South Park style. This is actually a puppet movie. They actually did like puppets and stuff. And it is done very well. It's hilarious. It's well played. The city destruction scenes are so fun to watch. I mean, just give it a chance, will you? It's awesome. Definitely rated M for sure. Definitely rated R. But I mean, just pure talent went into this. Pure thought. I mean, there was going to be a sequel, but this was so exhausting to make that they ended up canceling it, which is very interesting, and it's too bad as well. I mean, I think the sequel would have actually been really nice. You numbskull. It's Three Stooges. Yeah, I'm kidding. You're not a numbskull. It was part of the joke. I love me some Three Stooges. We got the Healthy, Wealthy, and Dumb, and Curly's Classic. Curly's Classics, because who the hell doesn't love Curly? And no, I'm not talking, no disrespect on Curly Joe. I haven't seen one episode with Curly's replacement. No, not Shemp, Curly Joe. I mean, I'm sure he was a great guy. Okay, but at that point, from what I've heard, that's just when everything just went to a standstill. And what the hell was with that cartoon when they were trying to make the Three Stooges bionic? Was that even necessary? Nah, the good old classic 1930s Three Stooges are can you name me another classic series that has aged as well as this? I mean, these are from the 30s, and I've never seen anything age so well. It holds up. I mean, these are about to be 100 years old in a few years. And these will still be as funny as the day they were first coming out. Three Stooges was a big part of my childhood, and I treasure this series. And did you know that Curly's grandson actually has a YouTube channel? Yeah, if you search him up, it is Curly's biological grandson, and what a great guy he is. He puts out these podcasts. He gets together with other blood relatives of the Three Stooges. So if you can't get enough of your Three Stooges fun, I'd recommend going to check him out. And my respects to the guy. Oh, good God. I can't believe I'm about to bring up these horrible ass sequels to these movies. The first two Tremors movies were great. Alright. I mean, Trevor's... Who the hell is Trevor? Certainly not Trevor Belmont from Castlevania, that's for sure. The very first Tremors movies is all you need to know. That's it. Okay, and maybe Tremors 2. Tremors 1 and 2, if you love the first movie that much. The first one is great. It's basically the best ripoff of Jaws you can possibly get. And I mean, I know I'm putting that pretty bluntly. I mean, look at this and look at the cover of Jaws. It's basically Jaws if instead of water it was underground. That's just my interpretation. If you see differently, let me know. But 3, I mean, I didn't even bother watching 4 because 3 was garbage. 3 is probably the worst movie I have in here out of everything. Funny enough, I also have a few more DVDs, but because they came in that $8 box that came with the PS2 Slim, Game Boy Advance SP, and Pokemon Sapphire, they don't work. And funny enough, we'll get to a game that was in that box that miraculously did work. But I got this just for Tremors. Well, Tremors 1 mostly, but Tremors 2 as well. But I haven't seen Tremors 4 yet, nor do I have any interest in doing so. But Tremors 3 can go fuck itself. Alright, well, that's the movie collection at the moment. It accumulated pretty quickly. But if that's still not your thing, if you're still not hooked in, then let's get back into the video games temporarily, because I really did want to talk about the movies. You've probably already seen this one a couple times. I've reviewed this. This game has already appeared on my video multiple times. It's Namco Museum for the PS2, for the arranged games alone, and because this came in the box with this $8 box, and the only disc that I had that completely works miraculously. Probably because who previously owned this decided to take care of this. I mean, as scratched up as it is, I still prefer the PS1 Namco Collection games, the Namco Museum games, but for the arranged games, you should check this one out. I still have a hard time believing that Konami was partly responsible for this one. This is Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex. You know, funny enough, I think the newest game was Crash Bandicoot 4. It's About Time, which is a pretty cheesy pun that took years in the making, literally. But I think in other regions, this was actually called Crash Bandicoot 4, funny enough. And yeah, it actually does feel like a proper sequel, while being a little redundant. Still holds up as a Crash game for sure. It plays just like the rest of them. I mean, if you just can't get enough of your Crash action, who doesn't love a little Crash Bandicoot? I think of it more like kind of Crash Bandicoot, the first one, or Crash Bandicoot 3, but it's like additional levels, essentially. I mean, really, it feels pretty generic, but otherwise, not a bad one to go with. Oh, brother. Ever since I played GTA 5 at my one buddy's house, I wanted to have a GTA game for myself that's maybe not so much emulated, but something I can have as a disc. And I don't think GTA San Andreas is a bad pickup whatsoever, because this one gets memed about a lot. I mean, it's a viral game for sure, and for good reasons. I mean, just when you're carjacking somebody and you're driving around causing all kinds of chaos and uncovering... If you fail a mission... Here's what makes this game so fantastic. I mean, normally when you fail a mission in a video game, what do? You gotta start over from a saved area, and you gotta keep doing it over and over again until you beat the level. But here, because it's an open world game, you can try to beat a mission, and if you fail, you're left at where you are. But here's the good thing. You can run around and roam wherever you like. You can go carjacking people. You can go shopping or pimping your ride. You can just give people all kinds of trouble. You can go to explore the map. You can do things other than, like, try to beat the game. And that's what makes these kind of games so addicting, because sometimes it's not about just going straight forward. You got a whole world to explore. Go take advantage of it. Yeah, if you haven't already, no-brainer game right here. That or whatever the other games have to offer. So you probably know how much I love my Mega Man games. So imagine on the PS2 having 10 classic Mega Man games, 6 on the NES, Super Nintendo, PlayStation 1, and arcade on one disc. Mega Man Anniversary Collection, which also appeared on my channel not too long ago. But yeah, these are the straight emulated 10 classic Mega Man games. So if the NES titles are too much of a hassle to collect for, you can get them on one disc. It also came on GameCube and Xbox. But you know, the game, because of how weird the GameCube controller is, I think you might just be better off getting this version because they map the controls to maybe flow just a little bit better. Last but not least is the newest addition of my collection, one I got today, and thank Christ it works! We got Turok Evolution, and you're fighting dinosaurs! I mean, come on. It's dinosaur. It's a first-person shooter with dinosaurs. It's actually my first time playing Turok. And hey, would you look at that? Another Acclaim game. Dare I say another decent title by Acclaim? Is this a continuation of the decent titles by Acclaim video? Probably. You know, I have still way more to play in order to judge this game. Opening cutscene was pretty cool, and the first zone where you're equipped with your axe and you could switch to a bow and arrow. The primitive weapons by themselves so far are pretty good. Yeah, and I'm looking right now. I think you can switch to these other like futuristic weapons. But oh man, is this game gonna be an adventure? So I'll let you know what I think of this game when I start playing it some more. Oh boy, I need to go take a breather. So, what did you guys think? Because to me, physical media is always the way to go. And certain other prequel console also plays music CDs, as well as classic video games. If you know, you know. We'll get to that in a minute. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys. Tell me what you guys think, and have a good night. Goodbye.